Until 8 a.m. We're heading solo to Catalina. Wish me luck. Morning, it's Saturday, December 5th. Not much wind out here, but it's absolutely beautiful. So I'm gonna head to Catalina. This is a solo adventure. I think it's been 5 weeks, so I think I missed the entire month of November for getting out on the boat. It's a lot of stress from work. Bought a house, moved, had to have the mechanic come down and check out. Thought I smelled exhaust on the last trip to Catalina, and turned out to be a compression leak on one of the injectors, so the mechanic took care of that. I'll keep a close eye on it this trip. What else? Changed the oil, so some maintenance, but glad to get out here. I don't think there's going to be much wind, but there's really good visibility, so you can see Catalina is really clear. Also see some mountains in the foreground here as we're coming out of LA Harbor. Tons of moored cargo ships. Maybe a few more than I've seen recently. Last time, it seems like they're stacking up a little bit. Yeah, not much to watch out for here. It's pretty clear, other than these little I don't know if they're lobster pots out here, but there's a number of them kind of strung out. Probably don't show up real well. There aren't a ton of them, but odds are I'm going to run one over one of these days. I do have a prop cutter on the prop. The prop is exposed a little bit with the strut on the Valiant, so it's a little bit more risk than, say, the Dana 24 or the Fuji 35s that I had with full keel, where the prop really wasn't very exposed. This is the Monte Carlo, the towboat up front. So with this boat under tow right now, they've been running a parallel course, staying about 3/4 of a mile away, and I've been kind of watching to see which way they're going to head. Keeping a close eye on AIS. If he starts heading north, I will probably just go to port and clear astern of him. He hasn't changed course yet, and I can see him changing course on AIS a little bit. He actually might be starting to head north now. So we'll keep an eye open there. But that's the only boat traffic to be concerned of at this point. I'm not expecting too much traffic in the shipping lanes. Doubled back a little bit. The Millennium Falcon tolling the double hull here started turning a little bit harder to north. So we had a CPA of less than 2/10 of a mile, and he was starting to turn in a little bit. We're going to keep our distance. We're about a half mile right now. A little more cruising through the shipping lanes. We've got northbound tanker, and now I'm kind of running parallel in the buffer zone. Then I have a southbound Coast Guard cutter, and we had a pretty close CPA. I didn't radio him. I just turned about 90 degrees or so and just ran a parallel course. We're not going to get closer than about a mile away or so. So once they start heading past me a little bit, I will start turning more to port, get back on course. So, a little yellow buoy on the chart is the Scripps Wave Rider buoys. You can see it's the chart. It shows a little bit to starboard of where we're currently located. That green boat's a Coast Guard cutter, but there's the Scripps Wave Rider buoy right there. It's not super big. Seems like it'd be super easy to just kind of run into accidentally. But it's right about the middle of the separation zone here for our traffic separation scheme. We're getting a good look at the cutter here. Okay, so we had our first dolphin sighting. No whale sightings. I've been watching, looking around pretty diligently. I haven't given up yet. All right, we're about a mile out now. Pretty close. Everything looks pretty calm. Still haven't decided if I'm going to anchor or pick up a mooring yet. We'll we'll do a little recon, but it's super chill. So I think I'm going to anchor. See if we get a little bit closer. I can't really tell from here how what kind of space and whether I'll get the primo anchoring spot that I want. It doesn't look that crowded at all from here. I don't expect any issues. Made radio contact with Ohana, so it'd be good to visit with them. And I am stoked to be back to the island. It's beautiful out. All right, just outside of Hen Rock at about 60 feet of depth. I'll go ahead and drop the hook. See how that goes. Let's go ahead and see if we can set her. All right, it's high noon. We are on the hook. There's only one other boat here at anchor, so I didn't really have any competition whatsoever for a good spot. It's only a couple boats in Hen Rock at the moorings and White Cove. I mean, there's just a small handful. So most of the moorings are open. I suspect a few more boats will come in this afternoon. But we've got a good spot. I'm pretty happy with it. We've got plenty of room and ready to chill out. So I may turn the radio down a little bit. And so they're buzzing you hear in the background is the water maker. Kind of hard to beat this. December 5th, I'm wearing shorts. And we've got one boat over there and one boat just behind us. So we've got a total of 3 boats in the anchorage. There's only 2 in Hen Rock, and the moorings are 3. A couple in White Cove and a few over in Moonstone. This is pretty sweet. All right, after all these years, finally see a buffalo out here.
They got like their meeting spot. I'll see you on Tuesday for coffee down by the lake.
Good progress up the trail here outside of White Cove. A good shot of White Cove down there. Nice little hike up so far. Catching my breath a little. It's absolutely beautiful out though. So this is the pasture where our bison was. We don't see him. Yeah, our friend is right over to the right of us, and we're walking past him, not making eye contact.
We are very friendly people. We love the environment. Or that structure.
So possible deer or chupacabra sighting. We haven't determined yet what ran up there.
Salatusa.
Okay, so we think it's a fox.
There it goes.
There it goes. This is totally not going to show up on camera, but
Maybe it's a cat. These are deer.
I can't.
Of some kind.
Your night vision is way better than mine.
Yeah, mine's getting really bad. And they have been watching us.
Yeah, I see their outlines. Those are definitely deer. Now I see them better. All right, it's about 6:30. A pretty good hike. We did. It was a little shy of 5 miles, a little between 4.5, 5 miles. From White Cove, we just hiked up the road and started to climb up the hill. We ran out of daylight. We were gonna head a little bit further. We kind of wanted to go up to the crest. I think there's a lake up there somewhere, but we just ran out of daylight. But it was super cool. We got to see bison. One bison on the way up. Saw the bison again on the way back down, and then we saw some deer. There were a couple of deer as well as a couple of island foxes. So that was it was a pretty awesome trip. I'm back now, just kind of chilling out, relaxing a little bit, cooking dinner, and now it's time for an update with cooking with keeldragger. So what kind of gourmet dinner do we have tonight? Tombstone pizza. Okay, I know I can do better than this. About 10 till 4 a.m. I've not slept well. It's actually been really calm here at the anchorage. I haven't moved hardly an inch. The boat's pivoted a little bit, I think maybe with the current. There isn't any wind outside. So I've been trying to get back to sleep and can't. So now I'm trying to figure out if I want to start making coffee and getting ready and heading out early, which could mean heading out in the dark. I don't know if I'm gonna do it or not. It's actually not too bad leaving here from the dark because there aren't too many things to run into as long as you're heading away from the island here. And you know, as far as like buoys and things like that, and there's pretty good night visibility out. The moon's kind of been it's been a full moon. I think we may be a little bit past that right now, but it's pretty clear out. So there's pretty good visibility, but we'll see. I'm still trying to wake up a little bit. I don't think I'm gonna make it back to sleep, so I'll probably be crashing and taking a nap later, but I'm expecting, with no wind this morning and likely an reasonably earlier departure from the island here, I probably will get back to San Pedro early. All right, it's almost 6 o'clock. Start the engine here pretty soon and probably get underway. I think it's getting close to being about that time. It's still dark. I think I'm starting to see a little bit of first light out there. So I've got pretty good visibility. I think I can go ahead and get the engine fired up here pretty soon, start warming it up, and haul on the anchor. All right, here we go. I love about these LED deck lights on the mast to really make it nice. Anchor chain until I get to the bridle. Then I'll have to take the bridle off. 300 feet. Shock loads off now. Sun's coming up. Check out this sunrise. It's pretty amazing. Listening to the Gale Watch small craft advisory for tomorrow. And then I'm looking at this. There's no wind out here. Story of my life. Listen to the VHF, overhearing chatter with San Pedro traffic. Sounds like visibility coming into San Pedro. LA Harbor is about a mile and a half visibility. So we'll see how things shape up. There's a little bit of haze behind us. We're 5 or 6 miles off of Catalina. Morning greeting party coming out. It's nice with the water so flag. See the dolphins a lot of ways out. And there they are. We've got 3 on the bow. They just peeled off. One, couple, all 3 of them. Dolphin is just jumping out of the water, coming over. So another visitor. There he is. Complain about not seeing dolphins more often. shy of 8 miles out. Visibility's good. You see San Pedro from here. There's the Maersk Niagara. They're about 4.5 miles away. They've turned a few degrees over to port, so my guess is they're gonna be getting a little bit closer to us. All right, CPA's dropped to 1 mile, so they're getting closer. I don't think they're headed into San Pedro. We'll go ahead and go to manual mode and start heading right for their stern. All right, here's our friends on the Maersk Niagara, about 1.5 miles. We're back on course. Wanted to make sure that we gave them a wide berth and passed them port to port. They would have cut in front of us anyways, but I wanted to keep my distance. All right, 9:28, and we're here at Angel's Gate. Just getting into the entrance to LA Harbor. Just about perfect timing, right on time. Still super chill out. No real wind to speak of. And the only thing that's left is motoring back to the slip and doing the single-handed tie-up. So hopefully that goes smoothly. Doesn't get too much easier than that.